All right, Hero Comics here. Going to, talk about Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, some more because it's very important to talk about games like this because we gotta show off why we do not like them. Yeah, let's go. This right here. Basically, yeah, I did try to do a video where I talked about Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. Some good things about it. I tried to do it in the same format I do my transgender hate mail videos, but that didn't work because apparently I have a lot more to say than the time allotted. So I'll just go on and on here. Basically, have a separate audio track and then combine it with video footage of Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League stuff, gameplay, gameplay and whatnot, and that should hopefully do the job. Okay. Basically, this is a me trying to talk about some good things about Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Before we begin with the good things, I just want to continue to tell you that I believe this game sucks. It's not a good game. It has a lot of problems. It looks like it wasn't supposed to be a live service game, but it was made one at the last second, which makes it even worse than it already is. So yeah, it is the story, the gameplay style. It's not fun. But we're gonna want to look at some of the good things at the very least before we get back up to the bad things. One good thing, number one, would have to be the graphics. Okay, this game, do I like it or not, does have good graphics. Someone said that they're as good as Batman Arkham Knight. I disagree, but they're not bad. They're pretty good graphics. You know. Then there's the voice acting. The voice actors and voice acting. That's really good too. Kevin Conroy, of course, was amazing. Even though he was in a silly role, if you ask me. Very silly, weird role, but still, he was amazing. Tara Strong was amazing. She was in a really weird, silly role as well. Deborah Wilson was amazing. Silly, weird, silly role. Lots of weird silliness happening in this game. I'm not a fan of it. It's a little bit too jokey, if you ask me. But that's okay. So that's the way they wanted it. That's not my favorite, but that's how they wanted it. It's weird. But anyway, still, the voice acting was good. Those are the obvious ones. And number three would have to be the city. The city of Metropolis. Someone said they didn't like the city of Metropolis very much. That it was kind of empty and lifeless, and in some ways it is, but that's okay because you have it looks good, those graphics. You have the alien menace, Brainiac's aliens messing around in that game, and in there on rooftops and on the ground and whatnot with all kinds of different things messing around. So yeah, and also there's so many callbacks. So many Easter eggs and callbacks in the city. It's a pretty good sized city. Arkham City, I think, size probably. I think. It's really big and really nice. There's there's a building that looks like Batman. There's Daily Planet. There's all kinds of posters and other things on there that show off all kinds of Easter eggs and fun stuff that I really wish was in the game. And hopefully there will be a game like that someday. So the city is good, and the enemies. The enemies definitely have some issues. They are definitely there's like not the enemies are not the variety of the enemies is not that big, but they're a good start if you ask me. For one reason, they basically hang out, they talk, say basic stuff, targeting a new target, targeting Boomerang, targeting Quinn, targeting King Shark, targeting Deadshot, or whatever. They'll say stuff like that, They'll run around. They'll shoot at your guy. Shoot at whoever you're playing as you shoot back at them and stuff. There's different vehicles and stuff that shoot at you too, and you got to deal with that crap. So there's a good start here. I would like it if you play as different characters that had different gameplay styles. Okay, not just traversal, but also combat styles. If it was like, say, one person shoots, one person has to get close and then has to be agile. One person has to get close and then can be super powerful and big and strong and take hits and smash, And one person has to keep a good distance so that their boomerangs work like they're supposed to, That would be cool. That would be perfect. Yeah, window popped up there. Yeah. That would be perfect. I mean, that would be much better, because basically the enemies could be kind of generic, but then your strategy would change. Because you're like, I'm playing as King Shark. You're like, okay, I got to get close so I can smash him and bite him. It's hardly I get close, but I got to flip around out the way. Because if she gets hit a few times, she's dead. She's very agile, very fast and agile, but she's very, she's a glass cannon. Basically that'd be great. Something like that. Or Deadshot, I have to stay away from them. I have a gun, I gotta stay a good distance away from them and shoot at them with my guns. Or Boomerang, I gotta get close enough so I can throw boomerangs at them. I can't get too close. Well, I can try to get too close and attack them. But then I gotta be careful. I can't get too far away. The boomerang won't reach. I gotta find strength. See, that's the ads I would like to see more of. The strategy, the character, the enemies would be the same, but the strategy would change. So yeah. Basically, those are the good things, in my opinion, about the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. The graphics, the voice acting, and the city. The city are really good. That if they basically would have this, if Rocksteady would have these things, continue to make games with this stuff in it, okay, and then add more stuff, and basically get rid of that story, and basically add, Fire Street Baby, get rid of that story. Add more stuff, like, say, you can play as different characters, like Justice League. Play as Justice League. Then you have, again, Superman. He can shoot his eye lasers. Use cold breath. Then you get close to them punch. You have, say, Batman with a punch and kick combo where he has batarang, so he can stay a little bit ways away, like Boomerang. Throw his batarang out, and it could basically do the same similar stuff as boomerangs do. In ways you wouldn't use them in the same ways as Boomerang would. When he gets close, he would punch and kick. Basically, yeah. Wonder Woman uses her sword when she gets close, or whip, her lasso at medium range, things like that. Green Lantern would shoot his lantern. He'd definitely be better far away, a good distance away. He could shoot lasers from his Green Lantern ring. He could make a gun to shoot with, or maybe if he gets close, he can punch and make a giant green fist, stuff like that. Flash could be a close range fighter, but he's super fast. Like Boomerang has the Speed Force. Flash could be using the Speed Force to basically be even faster and have more speedy attacks that he gets close with. Basically, I'd like to see that more variety in the game. Would be super great because you have a good start of a game. But then you have the story, and it's like, what are we doing here? It's all edgy like a Netflix special. I don't like that. But yeah, then it's like, and then the live service aspect is the worst because then it's like, okay, no, you don't get all the story. You don't get all the characters that are playable, And when those characters are playable, they will most likely all shoot guns because that's the simplest thing we can think of to basically lazily make characters, And then we can focus on the guns, on the loot. I'm making a comic where I'm talking about how the old games, of old Rocksteady games with Batman, it was the order of priority was character, story, gear. Okay, Batman was the character, so you had to pattern the story and gear around him. In the Arkham games, Batman would basically, what would you basically thinking? How would Batman deal with this problem? In the story, what kind of gear would Batman have? And then it was really cool because it was like, okay, Batman would not go in guns blazing. He would basically try to deal with anybody with guns, and then there were the goons without guns, or they can close enough to at least. He would basically punch him, punch and kick him, knock him out. Use batarangs to distract him, things like that. Smoke bombs, things like that. Smoke pellets, things like that. That's what you would do. But that's how it would work. The gear would be based on that stuff. That would be the gear. Then, you basically have, if I really wish they had done that with this thing. But here's the problem. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, you have 4 characters, which is very small for a live service game. For a story-based game, that's not bad. In fact, that is the most characters we've had to be playable all throughout the campaign of any Arkham game. Okay? Of any Arkham-style game. That's amazing. The story could be actually okay if we got the whole thing at once. They don't want to give us the whole thing at once. They want to just strip. They basically want to just stretch it out because it's a live service. But the problem is, that I don't know if you're not careful, you're not going to have the money to do it. They're going to run out of money, run out of players. The board's going to be like, yeah, even if the board's like, oh, we have billions of dollars we can use to keep you guys alive, but yeah, we want to use it for something else. We want to actually make money, so I'm like, no. We had to give refunds, you idiots. What the heck? We don't want to do that. We want to make money, a bunch of money. We're seeing that they're buying 9-year-old games. 9-year-old games from us before the new studio came in. Some new people that are in the studio now came in, and they're buying that game more than this game. It's supposed to be the latest craze. It was, at least when we started making it. So I'm like, yeah, they most likely will cancel it if you're not careful. And if they do, I hope they give a story resolution or something. And then make a Justice League game with the three things I said were good in this game: the graphics, the voice acting, and the city. Okay, if you have the graphics, the voice acting, and the city, and you basically were like, okay, Justice League time. Okay, we have the Justice League. You play as the Justice League. And it doesn't even need to be an Arkham style game. It could be like, okay, Superman only has a few abilities. You play as Superman, you only have a few abilities. You use your eye lasers to shoot. Your cold breath to break the freeze. Then you basically get close, you punch. That's it. You all you do is punch. Just punch. 1, 2, 1, 2. Something like that. That would be better than what we got. Batman is not Arkham style Batman. That'd be cool if you would basically be like, oh, this is no longer the Arkham universe. This is his own universe now. Or something. I'd be like, yeah, okay, this is a different universe here. This is something else. This is different. Then it'd be like, okay, Batman gets close, punch, kick, combo, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So when he gets close, he uses his batarangs. He uses grappling hook, and he can glide. You already know how to do that. Come on. He can glide. Use grappling hook, have him glide. Get close to enemies and punch them, and kick them. That's what you would do. Throw batarangs, see what you do. That'd be great to see, more variety of the characters, even if you don't change enemy variety or you slowly add enemy variety. And then there's another issue here, the live service aspect. Even by live service standards, we have a problem because then you have a game, right, where, okay, you have Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League came out. And they're saying, oh, season 1 coming up, came out. We had this crappy story going, annoying things that happened with these characters. And then it's like, okay, after, see you in a little while, play this in-game, that's crappy as well. And we'll get to more. We'll get more for you later, maybe a few weeks or so, yeah, please enjoy that stuff. And I'm just like, are you kidding? Four characters again. 4 characters at launch. Very repetitive missions, very repetitive enemies, very repetitive gameplay styles, and then you do an assaulting story. That lasts a couple of hours. Then you have your in game that is basically the same as the regular game. Basically repetitive gameplay, repetitive missions, but more of them. And then it's like, okay, yeah, well, you play that stuff that we obviously think you're going to play for a long time. Totally will keep you interested for a long time. We're going to work on more stuff, or we'll wait until the right time. The time is right to release, according to our schedule, to release the next, season, the first season, Then it's like, yeah, while you're waiting, guess what's going on? A game called Helldivers 2 came out a little bit after Suicide Squad did. Okay, DLC and all kinds of other stuff for that game has been ridiculously amazing. Okay, in the beginning of that game, it just was like, okay, you have Space Marines, space soldiers, whatever they are, who run around and shoot guns and explosives at shoot guns and explosives, guns and explosives at bugs and robots at launch immediately. So we're already having fun at launch. Just at launch, straight up. Then it's like a little while later, like a week or so later, it's like, oh yeah, hey, look, there's you better go and help out this one planet where there's mechs being made. And I'm like, hearing about that, I'm like, what? That's interesting. Then you go do it. Then it's like, oh yeah, now mechs are available. That's like a week or two. There's other stuff you can do too. You can get all kinds of different facilities, all kinds of different stuff, all kinds of weapons, armor sets, all kinds of different stuff. All together, they putting in new stuff. It feels like every few days they're giving you new stuff. Because that's how Life Force game is supposed to be. They're supposed to constantly keep feeding you stuff. All right, with Suicide Squad Kill Justice League, if I was in charge of making it, it would be more like you'd be having bunches and bunches of villains to play as. That'd be 16, I think, at launch. Okay, here's how it would go. You can play as if you wanted to be a gunning game, a game where you can play as some people, 4 gunners. It'd be Two-Face, Deadshot, Black Mask, and Penguin, who's actually in the game. Penguin. And then it'd be like, okay, lock up to one weapon each. Black Mask would probably use like a shotgun or a shotgun. You'd use a shotgun. That'd be cool for him to use a shotgun. Two-Face would use dual pistols. Penguin would use his trick umbrella guns. That's what he'd use. Umbrella gun, and knife, and they have the helicopter type things. That's how you get in the air. You get in the air by using his helicopter, and basically stuff like that. Yeah, Deadshot would be using his wrist cannons and an assault rifle. That's how it would go. You wanted to use 4 gunners, but that's only 4 characters. There'd be, you could have 4 tank characters too. King Shark, Killer Croc, Bane. Some other big character, Gorilla Grodd, perhaps. I don't know. Clayface. I don't know. Some big characters. They'd all have their own style. They basically be punch things, but they'd be doing it differently. They'd be doing it in their own ways because, of course, they'd be 4 different characters. You'd have your agile, close range characters: Harley Quinn, Catwoman, Cheetah, perhaps. I don't know. Maybe Weasel, maybe a Black Spider. I was thinking about Zaz, but he might work as an agile, close range character, but story wise, it'd be really weird to have him there. Zaz being Zaz, a horrible murderer killer, hanging out with the Suicide Squad, even with a bomb in his head. I don't know if he would be able to be trusted. It'd just be there'd be some very crazy things that could go on if he was involved in that. But, it's really weird. And I'm going to short on male agile close range characters. They should. Can you tell me some more in the comments? That could work. That'd be nice. Let's see here. 4 agile characters. 4 basically medium spaced characters. Boomerang. I don't know who else. Killer Moth. Pied Piper. Is he what? Captain Cold, Heat Wave, somebody, some other characters that have to have a certain space so they can get you within medium range. So they're the best at medium range, Then of course you have, basically that's how it would be at launch. That many characters. Then it'd be Joker as part of the Royal Flush Gang. Okay, Joker would be part of the Royal Flush Gang. It'd be a young Joker. I like the idea of a young Joker. Hanging out, being cool. I like the idea, but not necessarily the same. Again, have him be part of a team. Then be like, we're the Royal Flush Gang. You got Joker, you got King, you got Queen, you got Jack, you got 10, you got Ace. From Batman Beyond. That's my favorite. From Ace. It's basically like, King is good with his broadsword. He likes to get close with his broadsword. Queen likes to keep her distance with her electro staff, scepter. 10 likes to get close to me, an agile. What's the name? Agile character. Close range character, kind of like Harley Quinn, but be more about flipping and kicking and stuff like that, and less weaponry. Be more gymnastic style. Fighting that would be with her. That was awesome. Jack would use his knives, and he could be close range. It'd also be like had boomerang and like throw and do throwing knives too. So it could be medium range too. And Ace, of course, would be a big old tank. He'd be like a robot too. Oh my gosh, there was some cool stuff that they were able to do because he was a robot. It was like you just have him get just knocked into smashed into a wall. By Batman's Terry McGinnis Batman's rockets and stuff, and it was just cool. He lost his arm. Well, he almost lost his arm. He got like damaged. It started falling off. It's great. It was just wonderful. It's like got kicked in the head, and his head was disjointed. He had to put his head back on. There's so many things he could do. So many things you could do. The Royal Flush Gang will be in season 1. Then you can get the Freeze family. Make a Freeze family. Have. Mr. Freeze be a good, single person freeze ray shooter. Then have Nora Freeze use a similar type of suit as Victor Freeze did in Batman Dark Knight. Batman, not Dark Knight, Batman Arkham Knight in the DLC. Because basically, I saw that he had figured out how to make a freeze ray type of a weapon with a gauntlet version of that. Okay? So give her 2 of those. Have her basically be like an ice mage. Have her be in the freeze suit, in a Mr. Freeze suit. But have her be more like she makes blizzards. She can basically generate and throw chunks of ice at enemies. But she's best far away. Then you have all kinds of other freeze characters. Captain Cold could be a different kind of freeze character. Different kinds of things. You could do some cool stuff with that kind of stuff. It'd be great. Let's see here. Then it's like Lawless. Yeah, Lawless. You could have other characters. You could have who else? Who else would be a good character like that? You could fly. And shoot, or not. I don't know. There's a lot of characters that they could use. It's DC Universe. You can do that. So you do that. Deathstroke. I wouldn't mind seeing a few other characters as well. Other ninja characters with Deathstroke. Deathstroke is an armored ninja. I wouldn't mind seeing like a regular, like say Ra's al Ghul, Talia al Ghul, Damian Wayne. And a regular ninja, regular ninjas hanging out. Wouldn't mind playing as a regular ninja. You thought, oh man, I'm the regular ninja. Whatever. I'm Ra's al Ghul. Let's go. Like it's really fun stuff. But yeah, no, there's some things they could do way better if they weren't focusing on gun stats and live service bull. Well, the wrong kind of live service bullcrap. What I'd like to see is a Justice League game. If they want to do live service, they got to do it right. Justice League game, and of course, I want to get the heroes involved. Justice League game, you start off as Robin, a little baby Robin, male or female Robin, I don't know, young Robin, and you unlock characters as you go along. It can be Batgirl, Nightwing. You eventually get up to the Fab Five, get all the families involved. You get the Bat family in there, the Super family in there, the Flash family, Shazam family. Just the Green Lantern family, just everyone. There are 5 billion different characters that you can get. On DC, you can get if that are available that have different gameplay styles and unique loot that could be made. If you were to do this stuff. You do it right. I hope they either start doing live service stuff right, or cancel the live service stuff. Start going back to making actually lucrative single player offline games. I super hope they do, because this is not good. Having a crappy live service like this basically is going to fail. It's already failing. This new Joker, or the Jonkler as they like to call him, will not bring everyone back. It's not going to save everything. Hopefully it'll be a fun update, and there'll be something new, some new stuff to do, like, fight Brainiac, new Brainiac, and then, we get closer to maybe some hints or something. Let's see, Justice League like alive, but stretching it like this is not going to work. Eventually it's going to fail, just like all the other live service games that came about that failed because they were like, oh no, they'll be just enthralled by what we got, and like we're not, you can't just do that. No, we're not going to be locked to one game. We're going to go to play other games too. Already happening. Taking our money with us. See you guys next time. Check me out on YouTube TV and Art. Way longer than I thought it would, but I'm glad to have the time to actually do it. Like this stuff so much. See you guys next time.